As the sun began to set on a chilly autumn evening, I found myself standing in front of a dilapidated mansion known as Ravenhurst. The rumors surrounding the old place were as twisted as the gnarled trees that surrounded it. They spoke of a ghostly presence that haunted its halls, terrifying anyone who dared to enter. Being an adventurous soul, I couldn't resist the allure of exploring this eerie abode. With a racing heart and a flashlight in hand, I cautiously pushed open the creaking front door and stepped inside. The air inside Ravenhurst was heavy, filled with a musty scent and a sense of foreboding. The walls were adorned with faded wallpaper, and the once opulent furniture was now reduced to dusty remnants of a bygone era. I could feel the weight of history bearing down on me as I ventured deeper into the mansion's bowels. Suddenly, I heard a faint whisper, barely audible. It seemed to beckon me from the upstairs corridor. Curiosity overpowering my fear, I followed the ethereal voice, my footsteps echoing through the empty halls. As I reached the second floor, I noticed a partially open door at the end of the hallway. The whisper seemed to be emanating from behind it. With a mix of trepidation and excitement, I pushed it open to reveal a room bathed in an eerie glow. The room was filled with peculiar artifacts, an antique typewriter, dusty photographs, and a collection of worn-out journals. In the center, a vintage Ouija board sat, seemingly untouched for years. My heart skipped a beat. I had stumbled upon a paranormal investigator's treasure trove. Driven by equal parts terror and fascination, I decided to test the supernatural waters. I gingerly placed my fingertips on the planchette and asked, "Is anyone here?" To my astonishment, the planchette began moving on its own, spelling out a response. "Yes. What took you so long?" I couldn't believe my eyes. The Ouija board had come to life, and I was engaged in a conversation with a ghost. The entity introduced itself as Oliver, a mischievous spirit who had been trapped within the walls of Ravenhurst for centuries. Oliver claimed that he was tired of the monotony of the afterlife and sought an adventurous companion. He proposed a game, a series of challenges throughout the mansion. If I succeeded, he would grant me a wish. If I failed, I would be forever trapped in Ravenhurst. As a lover of both horror and fun, I accepted Oliver's proposition, knowing the risks involved. The challenges ranged from solving riddles to navigating hidden passageways and braving the ghostly apparitions that lurked within the house. Throughout our journey, Oliver provided hints and shared the mansion's dark secrets. He proved to be an enigmatic companion, mixing horror and humor in equal measure. Together, we faced spine-chilling encounters, like the ghostly lady in the mirror and the animated suits of armor that came to